Yo, PCC gang, what's going on, y'all? I'm here with my favorite co-host, Billy. What's up, Billy?
Yo, I'm here. Holy
He's
shit. I don't know
alive.
how I got here.
Oh man, I think you teleport. I
Guys,
think you might
I'm
have powers, yo. You might have
guys, I'm
powers, or
stuck in a
maybe
cartoon. Help me.
potentially you no clipped here. Potentially,
Whoa.
potentially.
Are we in something called the back room?
Yo, we could be in a room with backs right now,
Holy shit.
possibly.
You never know, yo.
You never know. So yeah, man, if you've seen the title of this video, if you've seen the thumbnail, you know we're talking about the newest horror directed by Kane Parsons, starring Chiwetel Ejiofor and Renate Rensiv. Rensave? I don't know. Y'all correct me in the comments. But yeah, man, we're talking about Backrooms, man. We're talking about
We are.
what we both think is a great movie that released this year, and that is just another one in the string of great movies and great releases that we've had so far in 2026. So,
Yeah.
Billy, let's just get straight into it, man. How
Yo,
much did you like
straight into it.
Backrooms?
Yo, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Yo, on Twitter, I do this thing. I run the Twitter account, by the way. Zay runs the Instagram and the TikTok account. You know what I'm
Make
saying?
sure
Give
you
you the
follow
little
those. Link in
make
description.
give you for sure. Make sure you follow those. But to give you a little peek behind the scenes, on Twitter, I've been doing one meme reviews of like the recent films that I've been watching. And for the one meme review that I did for Backrooms, it was like, yo, it was basically like, yo, it'd be a shame if I hit a double bang right now, yo,
Mm.
because I fucked. That's how much I fucked with the movie, bruh. I was overly locked into what was going on screen, dog. 10 out of 10. I know we normally don't give ratings until the end, but I'm doing it right now because that's how great of a movie it was.
Yeah, and I think it's important to give that rating right now because it sets up that, like, listen, man, we don't really have that many problems with this movie. Obviously, not every film is perfect. Every film has its, mistakes. Every director has their mistakes, and especially for a first-time director in Kane Parsons, it's not a perfect film. But when you can go into a movie theater and just enjoy the experience and forget about all of the mistakes, none of the rest of that shit matters, but it could be a 10 out of 10 if you want it to be. You feel me?
Bro, I left the theater hitting the Iron Man shit. I was like, yo, Kane Parsons built this in Blender. Y'all can't. Yo, I can't. I was so hyped leaving the theater, bro. Like I genuinely, genuinely, bro, because I do like a tentative top five. Every time I see a movie, I like think about it and see if it enters into that top five range. And right now, it is number one on my list, bro, of best movies out this year.
Wow. So I do disagree with that, and we can have discussions
That
about that, but I
it
want to get into Backrooms first. I want to get into how much I love Backrooms first. So this is just like a straight up, like when people were talking about before the movie came out that this is just like the same elements that you like in the found footage YouTube films that Kane Parsons was doing. That same
yeah,
element is here, just expanded upon with narrative and themes attached.
for sure.
And it really works on the big screen. The found footage moments are like, for me personally, they're the highlights of the movie every single time. Like when he opens up with that 15-minute sequence of just something chasing you, but you don't know what it is, and the anxiety and tension that causes in that scene. I loved that. I loved opening the film like that. I love in the middle where you get another found footage and it just reveals more about Clark. It reveals more about the characters, and it's still very, very horrifying.
Yeah.
Just Kane Parsons is he's just shown to be an absolute cooker when it comes to those
Yeah,
scenes.
he was able to capture, and obviously we've seen this in different films. We've seen this obviously on YouTube and through Backrooms lore, people being able to capture the horror of a liminal space. But to see it on the big screen in the way that Kane Parsons was able to like do it, it made it that much better. Like there was this thing that I love that even outside of the back rooms, whether it was through the therapist's memories or whether it was through like the scenes that we seen our main character Clark in, a lot of the real life spaces a lot of the real life spaces felt just as liminal as the back rooms, which I thought was
Cook.
like such a genius thing to do because it set the tone for the entire film. Like you never left this sort of uneasy feeling the entire time.
Yeah, and it's very reflective of of the movie's themes as a whole. In which that, like, when we go into the back rooms and you first go in there, you think it's like, oh, this is so otherworldly, but really, it's just our world from a different perspective, and it's like misremembering that perspective continuously and continuously, but it's like just showing how twisted and sick our world can be from the eyes of something else.
For
Um,
sure, and I like how it played with the memory thing because there is
yeah,
this idea that whenever we remember something, we're not remembering the event, we're remembering a memory of it. So if you were to recall anything that's ever happened to you or something that happened to you 5 minutes ago, every single time you remember that, you are remembering a memory. So every single time you remember that memory, it's never like a perfect recall. And I like how the deeper you go into the back rooms, every layer of the back rooms, because it is a memory of like a remnant of what's happening in real world, a memory of what's happening in the real world, it becomes this twisted thing. Like we've seen it with the beings that were down there, but we also seen it with like how the stop sign was backwards and stuff like that, or how a chair was halfway made and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the way that they were able to capture that idea and then also to push that idea through the individual narratives of Clark and the therapist, I thought was really, really good.
yeah, like continuously misremembering these events kind of reflected in the characters themselves. With the therapist, she kept remembering what happened to her mother, what happened in her childhood, and she kind of couldn't move past it, and it caused her to, yes, she's a therapist, but the irony in her being a therapist is that she's trying to help everybody else, but she can't even help herself because she's, so stuck on her past. And the same thing which she would tell Ejiofor's character, where he's so stuck in his ego, he's so stuck in not being able to, not being able to be accountable for his own actions, that he can't get better in his own life. And he's kind of the like the irony with the therapist, the irony with him being an architect is that he built a life that he hates. And it is really funny when you
Yeah.
see things like that. Writers love like little small things like that. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I remember seeing this tweet where it was like, "Yeah, the Backrooms movie is really just a cautionary tale on what happens when you never stop being a bitch ass nigga." And I died laughing, yo. I mean, because it's such like an internet way of just explaining like these two characters are caught up in their own trauma, caught up in the things that are making them do these like loops in life. Like watching this movie reminded me of this book that I just got done reading with Real Nigga Book Club. Shout out everybody get part of Real Nigga Book Club. If you're
Yo,
not
shout
part of
out.
the book club, you're not a real nigga.
Oh
But we
God.
just got done reading we just got done reading a book called Existential Kink. And the foundation of what existential kink was the fact that there's a lot of people that will maneuver through life. Pretty much everybody will maneuver through life and they will be caught in these loops of bad habits or negative things or negative thoughts that they know are bad. Everybody pretty much is self-aware of the things that are stopping them from achieving what they want to achieve. Um, but for some reason we find comfort in being in these loops and existing in these loops because the knowing that okay, if I'm stuck on this idea, if I blame my wife in Clark's sense, if I blame my wife for this, if I blame the society for not allowing me to be an architect, or in the therapist case, if I blame my mom, if I blame the trauma of this going on, then I don't, then it's not my fault if I don't achieve certain things. It's not my fault if I don't get to certain spaces. And there's comfort in that. There's comfort in knowing like, oh, it's not on me. And it causes us to get in these loops. And so when I was watching this film, it totally just gelled these two ideas. Like what we see in this film so often is, like you said earlier, Clark getting caught in his ego, Clark being caught in dreams deferred. He wasn't able to be an architect the way that he wanted to, and he didn't even look inward. And the moment he did, which is crazy, crazy again, this goes back to the writing of the film. The moment he was accepted himself for him, he was like, "Bro, I like, okay, this is who I am. Fuck it, I don't have to change." Is the moment he met his demise. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I thought that was super pointed. I thought the moment that in that same scene, you could argue that the therapist finally got a breakthrough and was like, "Fuck, I don't have to sit here and try to save others in spite of saving myself, or I don't have to save myself through me trying to save others." And the moment she kind of figured that out was the moment that she was able to say actually save herself and get out of the back rooms and stuff like that. So I thought the entire thing was extremely well done, and like I said, it reminded me of that existential kink book that niggas was reading.
Yeah. And in that scene specifically where Clark fucking dies, I thought it was really cool how I thought it was really cool how like it was kind of like foreshadowed a little bit to where he eats the person, the I don't even want to say person, like I want to whatever that
I
is, the
forget
way
what
that the
they
back
call
rooms,
them something in the film. I just can't think of the name
yeah.
of it.
Yeah, something. Well, I don't know. Some other. Well, he eats the other
Yeah,
thing. He takes a bite and he's like, "Oh, look, you can eat them." And it was like foreshadowing his death as he gets picked up and like absolutely fried by
but
by Captain
what's
Clark.
hilarious in the movie when he opens the fridge and you see Shorty's head, his like worker's head, like it's assumed cause he goes and he's like, "Yo, don't worry, they don't feel it. It's cool. It's edible. You can eat them." But it's also assumed because her head is in there that like he definitely ate her first and was like, "Fuck, I don't have any. I don't know what to do," and then started eating the others and was like, "Oh, they don't feel pain. Okay, thank God." Like they
Yeah.
don't, cause in there was a scene where the therapist came in and she seen like Clark's Basquiat painting on the wall of what's going on, and one of the things that the painting on the wall said was like, "Yo, the tables don't bleed" or something like that. And a lot of people online were going back to what I said earlier, which is like, holy shit, Clark was down there so long and going so insane that he ended up eating Shorty because he was like, "I don't have any sustenance."
Whoa. Well, that part I didn't even think about. I thought he just killed her and then put the body somewhere. It was a freaky dude. That's crazy.
But
That makes
I was
sense.
reading this John, and they were like, I was reading this John, and this is part of what I love about this movie. What I love about the original Backrooms and what this movie did so well is the original Backrooms gives you enough to where everybody is able to build upon it. Like the reason that Backrooms lore has existed for so long and has such a cult following is because the Backrooms lore is essentially what you make it. Like you Zay can go in and make a whole
Me.
new section of lore. He said, "Me?" You can make a whole new section of lore if you wanted to, and that's exactly what Kane Parsons ended up doing. Like Kane Parsons found footage, John, and I think some people are confused about this. Where Kane Parsons found footage stuff on YouTube isn't like the origin of Backrooms. The like Backrooms is going back as far as I think like 2014 or something like that.
I think it's even
Um,
before that a little bit.
yeah, as far as I'm aware, I've been aware of backrooms on the internet for like a long time, and so but Kane Parsons was able to build off of this foundation, and the foundation allows you so much room and so much creativity within these spaces, and that's what I love about the film, where the film perfectly encapsulates what we like about Backrooms lore, which is I have given you all of this stuff within this movie, and now you decide, okay, how does this fit within the narrative of Backrooms? How does this go? Where can we build upon this? Because they gave it to us. Like I said, Shorty's head in there. Not only were people like, yo, he must have ate her, and then found out about the others, but two, there was this other thing going around that they were like, yo, the reason he didn't eat the head is because on some level he felt bad about eating her. So him not eating the head was sort of again this kind of like loop thing that he got himself into, where it's like, no, 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 like I had to eat her. I didn't eat the head because I'm trying to be respectful to her type of situation. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like again, just that's the part that I love, getting on the internet after the movie and being like, what does everybody else think about this film?
Yeah. The only like thing that I would say that I didn't really like, because I loved everything else. There's a shot where at the beginning of the third act, the therapist is in the back rooms, and then she turns around and she sees, we don't know that Clark is right there. She doesn't know that Clark is right there, but Clark is right there, and he's like, "You're being too loud." And he
Yeah,
does like a little peek out. Yo, that was scary as hell. That was
for
scary as
sure.
hell to me. But the only
Yeah,
thing,
yo, for sure.
the only thing I didn't, that came across a little rough to me was, I think in the middle of the second act where Clark disappears, and then it goes to the third act, and now we're following the perspective of the therapist. I do wish we would have got a little bit of the descent into madness for Clark, because
For
we
sure.
kind of just pop back on him, and he's like evil now. And I think that
Yeah,
he does
yeah,
a great job, like Chiwetel Ejiofor does a great job of like selling that he's evil, but it
for
is
sure.
a little bit of a jump. You could argue that in the middle of the second act, he still kind of has like good intentions with just like researching and trying to find stuff out about the backrooms. But once we get back to him, it's like, oh nah, he's a full on villain. He's
Snake
crazy.
is insane. He's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that we got to show us anything that happened between when he was first getting in there, and then obviously what you're talking about when we meet back up with him, was towards the end of the film, where when they were interrogating the therapist, they showed her a picture of Clark walking around with like the pirate version of him, and they like
Mhm.
blacked out the pirate version. That's the only like thing that we get to show like, oh, okay, they was cool, they was walking around, they was just doing what they was doing type shit. You know what I mean? But I do agree that if they had spent maybe an extra 20 minutes, 30 minutes, like really showing us how he got like to the point that we were reintroduced him, I think that would have been really good as well.
Yeah. So, listen, man, Billy, are we gonna do the worst reviews, or,
Yeah.
or are you cutting
Yeah,
that
yeah,
out?
yeah. This time we're gonna do
Let's
something a
go.
little different.
I'm excited.
Um, we're gonna do something a little different. Normally, we get our reviews from like IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes. But because this was such like a movie for the niggas on the internet, and obviously being a part of the conversation was such a big deal, I do want to take like one or two from Twitter that I found that I bookmarked
Let's
because I
go,
thought they were
bruh.
very interesting.
Yo, Twitter. This movie threw Twitter into like a crazy headspace, bruh.
For sure. For sure, because like earlier, I'd already told you like this is a cautionary tale for for niggas being for never stop being a bitch ass nigga and shit, which I thought was hilarious. But there's like other reviews. So yeah, this is the first one. It says the reason people in droves are hating on Backrooms is because it commits the most sinister of all movie sins. It wastes your time. There's no build up, there's no development, there's just vibes and sounds. This is what happens when you try and stretch a neat concept into a movie without any more development. Really talented actors are wasted on flat, single dimensional characters that, try as they might, remain uninteresting and uninviting. The audience doesn't get enough information or time with any one person or the thing or any one person or thing to ever truly care about anything.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, nah. I think this person. I think that a lot of people have this opinion to where they feel like Backrooms wasn't about anything,
Yeah,
but to that I would say, I think that there's a lot of visual storytelling in this film, and it's not really like spoken out with words like, oh, I'm going through this, oh, I'm going through that. It's just we get
yeah,
like basic information, and then the rest of the story, like you said, we kind of put our own themes into it, our own thoughts, and we make it our own as to how we feel about it with the visual storytelling and some of the parallels that they put in there. So listen, if you're the type of person that needs a movie to explain everything to you, then you're probably not gonna enjoy Backrooms.
Yeah, this is what I love about Twitter too, because one of the responses he gave to somebody, because somebody was like, "There's no build up, there's no development." I mean, there quite literally is. You have to be a fucking moron to make this claim with confidence, dude. And he responded. He was like, "Well, there isn't. We learn nothing new about the character throughout the movie, nothing." So I wonder what you thought about that. Do we learn anything new, like from the beginning of the film to the end of the film? Do we have a character arc for these two characters?
Yes, yes, and while I think like I said earlier that Chiwetel's character is slightly rushed, just only slightly rushed. There is definitely an arc for him, like realizing that, oh, like all these things, like I was hiding from my true self in the beginning, and when he enters the back rooms and the back rooms creates this like monster of him, and he sees, and in the monster's reflection he just sees himself. He doesn't see like a monster. That's the arc. That's it. You know what I mean? Like it's not
Yeah.
anything crazy. It's pretty simple to follow. I feel like not saying he has development is kind of, again, I agree with the guy that said the first reply. Like it's pretty insane.
Let me go into the next one. Backrooms is a racist film. It's technically brilliant, but racist. And it's a shame. During a time where black studies is being eliminated on college campuses, because I fear people are overlooking the obvious tropes and racist callbacks the film ridiculously displays. White woman therapist plays damsel in distress and moral compass in a film that has her telling her angry, verbally abusive, alcoholic black man client, who has no redeeming qualities, that his white wife left him because all he does is whine. She says she's a psychiatrist and can't help him. He's wired like that. She then gets chased by a large, caricatured, exaggerated version of an angry black man that threatens to end her life. They made this black man a man who takes no responsibility for his actions until he's locked in an endless liminal space with a white woman shouting at him to quit whining and take some personal responsibility. Stop blaming the world, black man. You're the one that's angry, violent, and abusive in this world. His therapist. Clark, the black guy, actually starts to prefer the endless liminal space to his outside reality. He's fascinated by it. He made his home in it, so much so that he takes pleasure in the fact that he can eat and hurt the copied beings in the space with no consequence. Movie reads like, yes, prison is preferred for black men battling mental health. Want to talk about a place where space and time collapses? Look no further than solitary confinement in prison.
Right, right, right. So this guy was just looking, to make this kind of like I feel like he just made elements of the film try to fit his narrative of it being racist because he saw a black man on screen. I think that for me personally, what I got out of the film, and this is just responding to what he first said about the therapist being a damsel in distress and kind of like telling him what to do. I think the film was pretty explicit in showing that like she's not actually like a good therapist, and like her words are not, they're not good words because she's suffering from trauma herself and she needs help herself. Like that's kind of like that's the vibe that I got. Billy, you tell me um if you think that's wrong or
Yeah,
not, if you think that's off base.
I don't agree with this nigga at all. But I do want to say like yes, her character in the film was bad therapist, and she was bad therapist because she never escaped the loop of her own trauma. So she could never really truly help the people that she was supposed to be helping. So when he says like, "Yo," she's telling him not to whine, da 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 da, that's just an example of her like finally getting to the point where she's like, "Yo, fuck it. What do you want me to say?" And she just says it. Like no actual good therapist or psychiatrist to say any of those things.
Right.
To the point of him being like comparing the liminal space to solitary confinement in prison. Um, it feels like it feels like one of them Jones where I don't know. There because there's this idea that all art is political because like it comes from a place like everybody is creating from their own perspective and people's internal politics skew their perspectives, and obviously if you're creating from your perspective, then the art is going to be political. So if I am creating a piece of art and I am depicting black people, and in my head I view black people a certain way, whether I control it or not, they're going to come across a certain way within this piece of art. So I get what he's saying on a broad scope, like, hey, we have to be wary of how we're presented on film because the people who are making these films and including us in them may not necessarily have the best intentions in mind. So when they do certain characters and when they do certain things, it doesn't help feed the overall narrative. I understand that. Do I think that this is an example of that? Not at all. I think this reviewer was grasping at straws. This reviewer is just the online version of just like, yo, when going when going too woke goes wrong. Because like if this is the lens that you're looking at Backrooms, I am actually more interested in what lens you are looking at every movie. Like I actually want to follow this nigga and be like, ask him like, yo, so what'd you think of like the drama? Just to hear what he has to say. Like, what leaps and bounds are you gonna like create in order to like get these talking points off? You know what I mean? But I don't know. I think this nigga's insane.
For sure. Definitely, definitely crazy guy. What do you think he thought about Marty Supreme?
What do you think he thought about Obsession? Yeah. Bro, there's so many movies I need to ask him, yo. Yo,
Oh
what did he
God.
think of Sinners? Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my God. Nah, he probably loves Sinners. He probably loves Sinners.
Well, Sinners, I don't know if you know this, but Sinners was an FBA dog whistle to the FBA niggas, yo. Or at least that's
Mm.
how they viewed it. They're like, yo, Ryan Coogler is speaking to me, yo.
Mm. Black
They was
only.
getting that off. They was getting that off, yeah.
Whites keep out. You know, I'm with it.
No, for sure.
Yo, we actually need white people to watch the channel. So like, don't keep out, please. All right, Billy. Final ratings on the. I know you already gave it a 10 out of 10,
Yeah,
but
10 out of 10, bro. 10 out of 10. You heard us read like stuff directly from Twitter. And like I said earlier when we were reacting to it, the reason we did things directly from Twitter is because that's where the conversation lived. It lived online. It lived Backrooms originally, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube and the Reddit and everything like that. So it only felt right to go to Twitter and read this insane reviews. Um, but yeah, 10 out of 10. I love the film. I love the fact that it brought us all together that have been on this ride for years and years and years. And I need more. They already greenlit Backrooms 2. So I need a Backrooms 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need as
yo,
many
this is our new
Backrooms
final
as
destination.
Fast and Furious. Nah, this is our new Fast and Furious, bro. I need
Whoa,
I need Backrooms go to space.
whoa. What would a liminal space in space look like?
Hey, we gonna find out on Backrooms 12, yo.
Would it be like, yo? Would it? It would probably look like Alien, right? Look like it, not have an
Nah.
alien, but it wouldn't look like
What you mean look
Alien.
like it?
Like I'm just saying, like the production design, like the spaceship, the whiteness, the. That's what
Oh,
I'm saying.
maybe. Oh, you think it would be like spaceship, but you remember the part in the Matrix where they went to that white area? Like
Yeah.
that, but like in a spaceship?
Mm, I think that could be possible, yo.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yo,
we sending
Kane
Rocky to
Parsons,
the
yo,
back rooms.
if you looking for writers, you know what I'm saying? Disregard everything I said about white people. Yo, Kane, hit me up, yo.
Yo, Kane
PCC.
Parsons, I really fuck with you, dog. You a demon. All right,
Yo, a
yo, you
demon
cool.
into
You can come
a
into my house anytime, yo. Anytime.
got it. Yo, what's your rating on back rooms, bro?
Before I get my rating, I want to say it again. Rocky from Project Hail Mary, you not safe. We sending you straight here, straight to the. You getting no clip, nigga. All right. My rating
Rocky
for
from Project Hail Mary is going into the Backrooms. What else are
yeah,
you putting into the Backrooms?
I'm putting Rocky in there. I am putting. I'm putting the robot from Interstellar. I'm putting him in there. And I'm putting the Martian from Looney Tunes. All of them going in the back rooms at the same
All of them
time. We
going in the
seeing who
Backrooms.
survive.
Yeah. Can I
Facts.
add Ben 10 without the watch? Cause I need that watch.
Well, then he just a regular dude.
Hey, survive, nigga.
Mm.
Get it.
He not
Yo,
surviving.
if Ben 10 can't beat Rocky, yo, what we doing, yo?
Yo, Rocky might live to. You probably can't eat him the same way Captain Clark gonna see Rocky and be like, "What?" You
I
know?
don't think you can eat Rocky, but I think you could like crush Rocky. You can break
Mm.
him apart.
Oh yeah, you can. And if he touch oxygen, is
That's what I'm
GG's.
saying. And the back rooms is filled with oxygen. So like, what you gonna do,
Oh yeah, it's
nigga?
over for Rocky, bro.
Yo,
It's over.
GG's Rocky.
All right, final ratings on the backrooms for Zay. I'm gonna give the backrooms a 9.98 out of 10.
Mmm. Why the point zero 0.02 off?
Uh, Listen, man. Renee did a great job. She was fantastic in this movie. Chiwetel did a great job, fantastic in this movie. Why is he? Why? What's up with the swirler stuff, bro?
That's hey. You know who we should
Consistent.
ask?
Who?
Did the person who said backrooms is racist? We should ask him how he feels about that.
Yo, funny how he didn't even point that out for real. The
He
fact
didn't
that
even point out. He
he
never
didn't point
even
that out.
pointed that out. By the way, that seemed like the layup of the John, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, swirler shit's happening.
Oh
He ain't
God.
mentioned it not one time. He not really about it, bro. He ain't believe in his theory.
He don't know how to sell
He's just
how to sell the racist shit. He don't know how to sell it.
at all, bro.
Yeah.
Because the swirler John was right there.
I'm telling you, it's
The funny
literally
thing
like you
is, they
just said.
waited. They waited to reveal that his wife was white. I was watching the movie. I don't remember ever seeing that his maybe I because I went to the restroom at one point like during the middle of the Jones, so maybe that's when they showed it. But I didn't know his wife was white until we saw Shorty in the other John, and like you know what I mean.
I don't remember seeing his wife. You reading that tweet was like a revelation. Oh, his wife was white?
Got it.
Had no
His
clue.
wife was Shorty. I thought his wife was Shorty.
Who?
Shorty in the red that
Oh.
he ended up scalping.
Mmm.
That's not his wife.
I have no clue, bro.
I've seen multiple
It's
people
five things I
refer
don't
to
understand about this movie still.
further to this. I've seen multiple people refer to like that character as the liminal space memory version of his wife.
Wow. Yo, that's fire if so, because the fact that that's even more so like, because in that scene, if you remember when the monster comes, she runs away.
She run away, and because she's
So,
running away from Clark. Come on, yo.
yeah,
Come
yo,
on,
this
yo.
movie is so fire, bruh. We peeling back the layers 40 minutes in, bruh. Wow.
That's how
Chills.
great this joint is, yo.
Demon. Yeah, man. Backrooms 9.98 out of 10. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Appreciate y'all watching. See y'all on the next one. Goodbye.